against now. What I have observed is either it is the debt road, correct? Then what will happen is the person who gives the deposit of 2000 crore, he will also dictate the terms that you have me the interest at this rate. The person who takes 2000 crore, he will also dictate the terms that I will pay only this much of interest. If you are interested, you lend me. Are we to do that business? For doing that business, do we need 4,000 branches? Do we need 35,000 plus employees? One small 8 by 8 room in a city like Mumbai is sufficient with a website, a computer and a telephone. I will publish in the website that we accept deposits at 15% and we lend at 7%. The entire deposit in the banking industry will come to us and the entire loan in the banking industry will come to us. Am I right?
Yes.
But can we survive that? No response, having doubt?
No, sir.
We can't survive. So what is required is we should focus on the retail. It has its own advantage. One is on the cost, the income in case of advances. In case of advances, the probability of default is less. That is, again the good old story. They will say, the grandmas will say that don't put all the eggs in one basket. That applies for centuries. So if we increase our savings bank balance by just 1%, the profit of the bank goes up by 50 crore. Just 1%. If each branch is able to do, the bank will increase its profit by 50 crore. What is 1%? It's a big number. Yes, come on. Huh? I'm not getting response. So can't we do? What is this 1%? Can't we increase by 10%? 5%? Even if you increase by 5%, it goes to 250 crore. Today, even a single crore, 1 crore or even 1 lakh, the profit, does it come just like that? Let us see what happens if we increase the current account by 1%. The profit goes up by 150 crore. And these are just arithmetic calculation based on what is the interest that otherwise we pay to the depositor, and if we take this, what will be the difference? Can't we do this? In whose hands it is? All of us. Why only branches? As executive director, I should also contribute. Is it not? It is in the hands of every one of us. If we increase the current account by just 5%, the profit will go up by Now we saw how to be simple, and let us see what are the initiatives that we have taken to be simple. I was telling you that whenever data is required, my office will call the zone manager in turn RM, and so on, and ultimately ends with the poor branch manager. Now we have taken steps that the data should be at your fingertips. Yes, now also it is expected a branch manager should keep his data in his or her fingertips, that is by memorizing. At any time if he asks, what is the deposit? Unfortunately, none of you responded. But I am sure that you know that, but you are shy of telling it. Let me have a positive thinking. Nevertheless, we have created dashboards. Today, these dashboards I can see in my palms. That is on my mobile. This will be made available to all of you. That is my aim. Ultimately, you should know where you stand. The unit, wherever you are working, what is the business of that unit? What is the target and what we have achieved? This is what is required, and we are working towards that. Currently, the regional managers and zonal managers have been empowered. Am I right, Mr. Jayaprakash? Huh? Not nodding the head fully. Huh? You have been empowered or not? No, I am not sure, that's why I am asking. You have been, Power BI license. User ID password has been given to you. Not sure. Not sure. Not sure is a very, very dangerous answer. Dedicated teams for recovery and rehabilitation. We have formed a separate vertical for recovery and resolution. And stressed assets management vertical we call, which is coming within the broad ambit of recovery and rehabilitation business unit. 2 exclusive general managers have been posted. One to take care of the stressed assets management, another to take care of the NPA of lower value, less than 5 crore. The bank also has decided to open a separate stressed assets management branches in each of the zone except Manipal. There will be 7 branches, and the branches will be headed either by the DGM or AGM. Chennai will have 1 branch. Will be started very shortly. Only day before yesterday or so, when I was leaving, I approved the posting of the branch head. We will be getting the orders. And these branches will be reporting directly to the corporate office. The whole idea is, when it is in a normal branch, it is called as a relationship banking. I was talking on the customer, you should understand the customer journey, give the customer service, prioritize, understand him, all those things, give the personal service. These are called as the relationship banking. When an account has become NPA, the relationship breaks. Am I right? It should be resolution. The normal branches are tuned and they are supposed to do the relationship banking. In the process, what happens is, we are always taken away saying that, so the party is good party, sir. He will pay, sir. Now he is undergoing some problems, sir. So let us wait. Because that relationship comes there. Emotional attachment comes there. Whether anyone is there to take care of us when it becomes NPA, we have to make the provision. My interest immediately stops. I cannot recognize the income. In addition to that, I have to make provision. I have to make additional capital. Where do we go? Hence, it was decided that we will have a separate dedicated branches for at least high value accounts, where there will be specialized people posted who are well trained for resolving these accounts. If it is viable, we can go for restructuring. We can go for the resolution. And if need be, we should not hesitate to take all available enforcement actions so as to realize our views. We have also decided to deploy about 1,200 officers in the recovery vertical. I am sure that you all might have seen an invitation given by GMHR calling the officers, whosoever are interested, irrespective of the cadre scale, to apply for that. I am glad to tell you that I am informed that there is a overwhelming response. The scrutiny of that is going on, and very shortly it will be decided. So 1,200 people will be exclusively deployed, and I understand the GMHR has also said that there will be proper recognition of those people who are working on this vertical. Am I right? The general manager in his opening remark was telling that on the reorganization of the regional offices, we find that there are many regions which are having about 90-100 branches. Practically, the control will be very, very difficult if any region is having more than 50 or 60. 40 will be very, very ideal. Hence, we decided that we will split the regions wherever they are more in number. To begin with, always anything we start at a home, is it not? So for our bank, the birthplace is Karnataka. So it was decided that why not we test this in the home pitch. Accordingly, we have two zones in Karnataka, Bangalore and Manipal. In both the zones, we have created new regions. Now around 11 regions have been created. Totally there will be 23 regions against 12 which were there. In addition to that, we also decided that we have gone through the parameters on scoring the regions, branches and the zonal officers, so that it will be before you as to where do you stand. Normally when such type of scores are available, there will be a healthy competition.